What's going on, guys? So what I'm doing right now is doing the turbos on that 335i, the blue one. And to my surprise, this thing, although like it has its things like this dent, which I will probably pull the bumper off, pull that back, heat it up, see if I can, because the paint isn't chipped, it's only right here, but even though it's a crack in the bumper, I should be able to heat it up, put it back, and we'll see how it looks. It might look good. If it looks good enough, I'll leave it because the rest bumper's nice. But if it's like jacked up, you know, I either get it fixed or shoot, I might just keep it like that anyways. But to my surprise, this thing actually has a good amount of maintenance done. The valve cover is new. The injectors are not new, but they're still not, you know, they're still index 9, and I don't, you're not really misfiring when it idles. But what's pretty crazy is how bad these turbos are. And let me show you guys. These turbos are so bad that, let me see if I can get to it. They are literally leaking even out of the O2 sensors. Can you see that? That's how bad these turbos are. That's leaking straight out of the O2 sensor. So that's pretty bad if you ask me, you know? But besides that, I'm gonna get ready to do these. I mean, I am doing them, but we have the we got the subframe ready to drop. Sorry for the light. And it's got everything's ready to go. It's already hoisted. I just got to remove the 2 motor mounts and then drop the subframe. But I'm going to do that tomorrow because there's no point in me having it sit without a subframe overnight, because I'm going to be pressure washing the subframe, pressure washing most of the things that come off of it, just so I can clean it up. Because as you can see, not too long ago, I had the oil pan done. Actually, really recently, because these bolts are still looking brand new. And it's not leaking anything at all. Like here, you can have some residue where you could tell it used to leak real bad, but no, this thing is mint, you know. And whoever did it did a good job. I want to say it's like, I don't know how to say this. I want to say it was either a good shop or BMW, because you see this little like cracking on the pan there. See if it zooms in. That little like cracking is just like the machine they use, like steam cleans it, and it kind of cakes it on and starts cracking it on the pan sometimes. But yeah, this thing's looking good. No leaks. These cats, I'm hoping are good still. I'll find out when I pull these apart. But yeah, so we're almost done here. We just got to do the turbos and the pressure wash the subframe and stuff, but it's going good. I'll be done. I'm gonna shoot for tomorrow. I mean, if I can get this started tomorrow night, I'll be very happy, you know, because it'll be a 2-day thing. And these turbos, I think if they paid you for the job, it pays like 21 hours. I think I heard. I might be wrong. Don't quote me out that, but yeah. So I'll show you guys tomorrow when I pressure wash it, and we'll get this thing started. All right. So after, I don't even know how many hours, a lot longer than a regular turbo job would take, because while taking this all apart, I did take off the subframe. I pressure washed the subframe. I redid all the seals on all the turbo hose, on the hoses, the coolant hoses and oil hoses, because instead of just replacing them, because sometimes it's worth replacing them if you have a kinked one or a damaged one or an oil soaked one, especially for the coolant ones, but mine are fine. I just replaced the O-rings. So I did all that, and then pressure washed a lot of the piping, tubing, cleaned up a lot of hoses. Took the time to slowly clean stuff, just because since I'm doing this myself, like, it's such a big job, why wouldn't I do it, you know? But at this point, I'm done. There's the new turbos. Those are in. I just put all the cooling system in. And then tomorrow morning, I am going to put the cats in, put the subframe in, and then that's it. I'm going to give it its first start and see if we have any issues before I put it all back together and, you know, realize there's something wrong, and then I got to take it all apart again. But for now, that's about it. You see how clean that oil pan is? I told you guys how that was done. And just wish me luck. Make sure like tomorrow we start, nothing's wrong with it, and we start doing some pulls in this thing. All right, it's the next day. I was gonna record this morning, but I just got straight to it. I woke up a little late, but turbos are done. We are not fully assembled yet. I decided to just install the subframe, steering rack, and leave all the control arms, sway bar, all that off, just in case this doesn't go as planned. But for the most part, I got coolant in it. I got the vacuum lines done. I put the O2 sensors on. O2 sensors plugged in downstairs, under the car. And this thing should theoretically run with everything I've put back together. And it's going to be the first start with the turbo replacement. And it's going to tell me if this was successful. So let me just do a couple more things, like plug this air hose in and then connect the battery, and then we'll get it started real quick. All right, we're going to give it a crank real quick with all the ignition coils unplugged so we can hear it, so we can put oil in the pressure system and run it through the lines for the turbos. Okay, it's good enough. Now I'm gonna go plug those all in and we'll come back for the start. First start, new turbos. Let's hear what blows up. Sounds good. Smells like exhaust. A little bit of smoke on this end, not sure because of the temperature, because it's smoke. That's probably actually all the oil burn off from the actual turbo, because I touched everything with oily hands. So we'll let this heat up, and then we'll take our first look as to what happened, see if it's any good. Here is all the oil burning off of the engine. Sounds good though. No wastegate rattle. We'll let this all kind of burn up, and then we'll keep moving forward from there. Smoky engine. All right, so we got a mess in here, but that sounded good. It felt good. When I stepped on the accelerator a little bit, you know, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little cold, but I figured I'd do that now. It did feel, you could hear the turbo spool, and you kind of feel the boost build up a little bit as to before, where you would accelerate it. It would sound like nothing. It would sound like an M52. So I'm optimistic. Of course, this doesn't mean everything's fine, dandy. There still could be a lot of things wrong. I'm gonna go out to eat. I gotta go run some errands, and then I'm gonna pick up some more distilled water so we can make some more coolant. Probably throw the wheels on, throw the fan on, and get this thing leveled out and really take it for its first spin. So I'll pull this out, let it warm up until it's like at operating temperature, and then we'll go test it and see if it boosts, and hope we don't have any issues. One thing I did notice was that we don't have any vacuum pressure in here, which is kind of weird to me. We might have a vacuum leak, or there could, oh yeah, I see that. You see that vacuum leak right there waiting to happen? That's crazy. Okay. So yeah, we do have a vacuum leak, and I'm going to go into, I already checked all the ones down there. Those are fine. So I'm going to start looking into these and seeing what is going on and why we are not building too much boost pressure. And that is definitely going to cause it. That actually could have been the cause why they blew their turbos. If they were trying to boost. No, I guess that could cause the low. I don't know. That can cause issues. We all know that. That's vacuum. And if it's not bringing vacuum to that one goes straight to the canister. No, but then still, wouldn't that just be sucking air? I don't know. You know, I'm going to look into the diagram. That's definitely torn. I'm glad we got to see that now. I'm probably going to replace both of these while I'm in there. Yeah, see, these are just junk. And then replace those two, check them out, make sure nothing else wrong, and then see if we can start boosting. So I'll be back, and then pray for the boy. Good looks. All right, so turbos are done. We went ahead and did those within like 3 days. Took me longer than I wanted to, but it's whatever, you know. Every time I do, I'm getting faster, I'm learning more. And next time, what I realize I'm gonna do is I'd rather do a lot more of the maintenance, and I'm just gonna buy the turbo cores, the CHRs, core house, something like that. But I'm just gonna buy those because those are like $300 for brand new ones. They go from like 3 to 5, and you can get upgraded ones too. But for the most part, if I just got stock ones, because I don't want to when I do stuff like fix these cars, I don't want to put anything upgraded, because then I run into issues, you know, whether I need to tune it or whether if I needed to change something else or adapt something. So if I just put stock size turbo, the cores inside this car, brand new ones, it'd be like I just put brand new turbos in, you know, as long as the wastegates are good. But just for that reason, I already have quite a bit of exhaust manifolds, so I can just go and start rebuilding the wastegates on those. That way when I do get a car that needs wastegates and turbos, I just buy the Course 300, swap in the good wastegate exhaust manifold, and we're set. But enough about that. Here's the car as it sits. I haven't washed it yet. As you can see, we got some of that sanding dust down there, but the headlights, they're looking good. I went ahead and pulled that crack out of the bumper out. You remember that was peeled back? It was like stuck behind the bash bar, so that doesn't look too bad. I kind of adjusted this headlight because this one's kind of broken tabs. We put a new headlight in that one, and then I'm just gonna sell it with the stock wheels because these look good and they have brand new tires. And as I was pulling into my garage earlier, we put a nail inside the front left tire, so that one doesn't have hold any air anyway, so I'm not gonna go replace the tire just to sell it with the car. So besides that, I gotta swap these out too. Here's the exhaust. Looks good, smells good, no smoke, no issues really. I probably gotta remove the rest of that sticker on that, but overall it's looking and sounded really good. I'm really happy with the results, and I'm gonna take you guys on a few little pulls so we can see what it feels like and what it sounds like now with the new turbos. All right, so in the 335i with the new turbos, everything's looking good so far. No smoke. Actually, I gotta go put that back on. I put gas while I was sitting. Hold on. And now we're gonna take it on the first rip. That's a lie. This isn't the first rip. This is just a rip on camera. So we'll throw it in sport because we do not have a manual, sadly. And we'll take it down the street. I was at the Domino's parking lot because it's like down the block from my house. I thought I'd let it idle there for a little bit to see if anything smells weird or if it looks weird, if it feels weird, but nothing. Okay, so that was an aggressive turn. So here we are, sport. We'll drop it down to first. Oof, here we go, full pull. That ended badly. I think we misfired into limp mode. Oh my gosh. That's what I get for pushing it. Great, now I gotta shut this off and see what's going on. I hope it's not an injector. It's probably just ignition coil though. M54 problems. Let me look at this and then I'll see what it is and I'll let you guys know in a second. So we're gonna try to go up the street to the Domino's again, but this time we are going to just put it in sport. We're not gonna try to mat it right now. We just gotta make sure the turbos are spooling good, and that's all we care about. So here we are in sport. Step on it. And now we have an issue again. So after looking for a few minutes as to what it was, I realized, or I kind of diagnosed that one, that canister has a little leak in it, and second, our downpipe, or I guess that's technically an OEM charge pipe, is blown. So I don't know if it just fell off or it needs to be snapped back down or if it actually cracked and broke, but I'm gonna take a look at it, see if I can pull it out and then put my N54 135 one in, see if it runs fine. And if it does, that'll be then that. I'll just get a new downpipe. But I'm glad to see that it's not something major like turbos or something. So yeah. So as you can see there, that's where your downpipe's supposed to connect to with the whole assembly. And here's ours. So this was very loose. I wouldn't doubt that this was cracked this whole time. And then the pipe itself, as you can see, just snapped right off. So it needs a new pipe. Or I don't know if is this intake tube or still a charge pipe. Somebody have to let me know, but I don't know. But I'm gonna guess it's a charge pipe. So I need a new charge pipe for this car. Luckily it's M54, easy to find, easy, cheap. I don't think I'm gonna get a used one just because you see what happens to them. You know, this one could have easily been put, like, if it was together, I could have bought it and it'll break, you know, just the same way. So for now, what I did is I got my, where'd I put it? Over there, I got my 135 M54 charge pipe, and I'm gonna put it on, and we're gonna see if that solves our no boost issue. Which, if you tell me that if you ask me if this is causing no boost issues, I'd smack you in the face. But we're gonna put that in real quick, see how it goes, and then see if we're boosting again. Hopefully we are. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so after all that diagnosing we did, I have some bad news. We ripped the charge pipe out of this and we put it in this, and it fits now, but I have some bad news that I don't want to admit, but I'll admit, and I'll show you guys by before I tell you what it is, I'll show you what it is. Let me sit you guys down. So here's the example of what's wrong. Turbos. So basically, I don't know if I told you guys, but that first turbo, the set of turbos I got was from they used to be known as BAP. Now they're like Beamer, something like that. I'll find the name and I'll show you guys. But they sold me these turbos, and I'm mad because they sold me a bad set of turbos. Like, I trust these guys. I've gone to these guys before. They're not like the most trustworthy, but I feel like they knew the most. But in reality, this proves to me that I went to go buy the turbos. I bought the turbos. The front one was leaking bad. I could tell. It was just off the turbo. I said, hey, this one's leaking. You know, can I get another set? He brought me a good front one, and I thought, okay, this one looks good, you know. I bring them home, drive 1,500 miles. Turns out they gave me a set of 135 turbos, so the rear one doesn't fit. Only the front one does. So I can't even, I tried to take the core out, but even the core isn't any good. So I'm honestly kind of, I'm not over it. I'm not going to give up. This kind of sucks, but I mean, I did it in 3 days for like $500, so I'm not even tripping. So now what I'm going to do is buy a set of the CHRAs, just the cores, and I'm going to replace them with brand new turbos, with brand new seals, so we don't have any more issues with this car, which was probably what I should have done in the beginning, but at that time I actually didn't know you could just do that, and I didn't know how, not easy, but I didn't know how simple the process was. It'll take me a while still, but I didn't realize how more efficiently I could do it if I just bought the CHRAs instead of the whole housing. Plus this has really good wastegates, so you know, there's no point. I don't even need the exhaust part, so I'm just gonna buy that. I'm gonna buy that, do these turbos. I'm kind of bummed, but it is what it is. We learned. I threw the stock wheels back on just because they look a little better. I mean, it's still looking good. We got the headlights polished, they look amazing. And then we fixed that headlight, got the headlight in. So yeah, for the most part, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll keep you guys updated. I'll probably order the turbos one of these days as soon as I can, and then we'll do these turbos again. And then when I do these turbos, I'm gonna actually show you guys what I do to the turbo, so you can actually do it yourself. Because for starters, if you can even get all the way down to the turbos, you're a pretty good mechanic. And if you can do that, it should motivate you to buy any 335i. Because even though I'm going through these headaches, like for $2,500 and another $300 for the cores, I'm still gonna have such a nice car. It's like, it's worth it, you know, as long as the next set works and there's no more issues. Like, it really is worth it. So keep you guys updated. Thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next one.